Governor General Julie Payette opening Canada House, where there's Canadian beer in the fridge and, you bet, poutine in the kitchen. What more do you need? Well, it's also home to Pride House, the first time it has ever been hosted by a National Olympic Committee. 92 countries are set to compete in these games, several with their official houses of their own. On top of that, there are more than a dozen competition and non-competition venues. Here's a quick guide to some of the places you're going to hear an awful lot about over the coming weeks. When it comes to the competitions, there are two areas you need to watch. Let's start with the Coastal Cluster, a crucial spot for Team Canada. You've got all the ice events, speed skating, figure skating, curling, and of course, hockey. Then there's the mountain cluster. That's where I am right now. Athletes here will compete in the snow events like skiing, snowboarding, and sliding sports like bobsleigh and luge. This is also where the opening ceremony will take place at the Olympic Stadium. And just next door, the Pyeongchang Olympic Village, one of two places where athletes and coaches are staying when they're not competing for medals. The other Olympic Village is in the Coastal Cluster. I got a first-hand look and spoke with some of the athletes about their first impressions. The signs of national pride are displayed at every corner. Athletes from around the world living together as they get ready to take each other on. Here, every country is allowed to fly its flag prominently, even North Korea, whose athletes will walk under a united Korean flag for the opening ceremony. In this space, the pride in country is encouraged in spite of complications. Something other athletes like Canadian speed skaters Jordan Belkos and Valérie Melte have already noticed and remarked upon without even being asked.
A long line of police officer, and they asked me to move out of the way because they needed the North Korean were coming for training. So that was kind of special, but...
There is little room for geopolitics here. Athletes are too busy settling in.
Are you guys hockey by any chance? We are. First of all, tell me what the village is like.
Oh, it's been amazing. We just got here last night, but we've been in Korea for about 10 days now, and I mean, it's been great. Like, everything is top notch, and it's just nice to get here and kind of feel part of the Olympics already and just get to know everything.
The Italians are upping you, upstaging.
Yeah. Bloody Italian.
There are two Olympic villages for these Olympics. This one has about 2,900 or so. There is one up in the mountains that is for the alpine sports, skiing and what have you. This one for ice rinks and ice sports of all kinds, hockey, speed skating, figure skating. And when you turn a corner, you do find a little piece of home not so far away. More than 230 athletes or so for the Canadian team this year, and they are hoping that that will also mean their best medal standing ever.
Hi, fellow Canadians.
Oh, hi. Like, no.
The village is under tight security, and normally media aren't allowed this close to living quarters except for this one day to try and keep athletes focused on the job at hand. While no one would let us in to see their rooms, they have no complaints.
The best part of the athletes' village?
Dining spot. I eat too much kimchi.
How's the food and like the sleeping arrangements? And...
Yeah, all awesome. You want to talk about special food?
Yeah, we actually have our own dining hall across the street, which is great. And the food here is good, but it's nice having like gourmet meals every time we want to eat.
Why do you have your own dining hall?
Because
we're spoiled.
Oh,
You're not Canada?
Canadians
Come on up.
For everyone else, though, the dining hall caters to the thousands of athletes who can come here to refuel any time of day, serving Asian and Western food in huge volumes.
For breakfast, there are about 800 people, and we served about 500 eggs today.
Chef Uyong Yang is the man tasked with keeping everyone fed.
You have a lot of Canadians here. What is their favorite food?
캐나다 사람들이 되게 많은데 그분들이 가장 좋아하시는
아무래도 스테이크라든지 카빙 요리도 좋아.
I expected it to be bread, he says, but Western people like to eat a lot of ribs, Korean ribs.
Okay, but my hair is blowing everywhere.
It is a temporary home, to be sure, but one Canadians, at least, seem to be enjoying so far.